Hey guys, it's Cypher from CypherPK.com, and I am now in the Thieves Guild PTS. I'm going to be reviewing the armor sets that have been added into the game on the templates. And we're just going to go through them and see all the new stuff that have been added to the game and give my opinion on some of the changes and armor sets that have been made. I also had another video that I uploaded regarding the patch notes and all the details. That was a really long video if you want to go through that, but let's go and look at the new armor sets. So AVA, there are 6 new Alliance armor sets. 6 new Alliance armor sets. Starting with this one. This is a heavy armor set called ViSalus Gil. Maximum health, 4% healing taken. When damaged, you reduce the attacker's healing taken by 50% for 5 seconds. That's interesting. That is so Durox Bane used to do this, but Durox Bane wasn't updated to V16. The thing is, this 50% heal debuff is separate from meat bags, I believe, and it's also separate from Major Defile. So what that means is you can have this ability with Reverberating Bash or Soul Harvest or the Templar heal debuff, and you'll get an 80% heal debuff on your opponent. So if you attack someone with this set, and this set's going to be pretty easy to obtain because it's going to be purchased with AP and it's going to be tradable. So this is not a bad set. I remember using Durox Bane 5-piece back in the day, which is basically what this set is, except Durox Bane was a little bit different. Not a bad set. It's interesting. It does have dynamic, and it can find its place. It definitely can find its place in all forms of PvP. I don't know why this guy decided to stand right in front of me and look at the screen, but it's all good. Leakai's Focus. This is a medium armor build, weapon damage, max stamina, stamina recovery. So the 4-piece is pretty standard, pretty good. It's similar to Marksmans. It's similar to Shieldbreaker 4-piece. 5-piece, you take 20% less damage from players' area of effect abilities, but the damage and healing of your own area of effect abilities is reduced by 20%. So you take 20% less AoE damage, but you do 20% less AoE damage. I don't know about that, to be honest. Like, as far as reducing AoE damage, AoE is already, like, not the heaviest hitting thing in the world. And dedicating a 5-piece to that is not what I would like to do, in my opinion. Like, for example, if you just compare this to the Shieldbreaker set, you got yourself a better option. But one thing that you could take out from this is that it's a 2-piece weapon damage bonus. So it's an extra 2-piece weapon damage bonus. I don't think. No. So Shieldbreaker and Marksmans are actually different. I don't believe that Shieldbreaker and Marksmans give you 2-piece weapon damage. Overall, in 4 pieces, they give you the weapon damage on the 4th piece, maximum stamina on the 1st, and recovery on the 2nd, I believe. So it's a 2-piece weapon damage. So it gives you extra options. You know, it gives you extra options as far as customizability. As far as the 5-piece is concerned, I don't like the 5-piece, but it does give you a V16 2-piece weapon damage bonus that you can fit into your build. So Marksmans Crest, another medium armor set. Stamina recovery, weapon damage. I'm already digging the 2-3 piece. Like, double stamina recovery is pretty cool. The Wave of the Air had that, but I don't. The Wave of the Air had, I think it had limited traits, and also I don't know if it was updated to V16. Either ways, reduce the stamina cost abilities by 5% and increase the damage of your bow abilities against players by 8%. That is that's interesting, man. That's like you got yourself somewhat of a seducer, setup, but you also have increased bow damage by 8%. This is not a bad set. This is not a bad set. I can see a lot of snipers using this and stuff like that, but even the 2 and 3 and 4 piece can fit. You can fit this in really well. I'm digging it. I'm digging this set a lot. It's not that bad. You can find its place. Robes of Transmutation. Transmutation. Light armor set. Double magic recovery right off the bat. That's really cool. Spell critical. Meh. Robes of Transmutation. When you heal an ally with a healing overtime effect, grants them 1.2k resistance to critical hits for 1 second. So the 2 and 3 piece are pretty cool, but that's about it. Like, I don't know about that 4 or 5 piece. Let's move on. Vicious Death. A 2-piece spell damage bonus. Maximum Magicka, spell critical. Enemies explode when you kill a player. They violently explode for 15k flame damage. Yo, this is... I'm gonna wear this on my sorcerer. This is pretty cool, man. What? 15k flame damage? What's the AoE? What's the range on that? What's the range on that? Not just sorcerer, but DK. I mean, it's light armor, so it kind of sucks that it's light. If it was like if it had jewelry, you could fit it on a 5-piece DK build, like because a DK wants to wear 5 heavy, preferably. A DK usually wants to wear 5 heavy. I don't know if this meta will allow DK to wear light armor, especially if it's not like armor mastery. But no, but this is like, because here's the thing: what if you kill multiple people at the same time? Like, what if you detonate and you Dragon Leap or you Dawnbreaker or you Meteor into a group and you kill like 2 or 3 people at the same time, and they just all explode and it's flame damage? So DKs, I mean, with the Elemental Expert change, all Magicka builds will have increased flame damage. Yo, this set is interesting. This set's gonna nerf Zergs. Like, this is an actual Zerg bomb. Mix this with detonation. This is nice. I wonder how big the AoE damage is gonna be. The range. Like, I'm really curious as to how far your opponent has to be. Obviously, 15k is gonna be cut in half, but that's... No, hold up. I'm not even geared. I'm not wearing any gear. So what if that 15k scales with your maximum Magicka or something? What if it scales with something? It could scale with stuff, right? So you might be able to increase that by quite a bit. I'm gonna put it on and test it later, but this set looks cool, man. That's a juicy set. I've always wanted them to put like interesting, unique sets. A lot of the sets pretty much are very, very similar, but I want to see more uniqueness and more like just different things that could be possible. And that is something I like to see, man. That's interesting. That was the Vicious Death set, right? Yeah, that was the Vicious Death set. Holy crap, man. That 15k could be a lot higher. I don't know. Like, and it's purple, so gold gear will even hit harder. Warrior's Fury. Heavy armor. Maximum health, maximum stamina, weapon damage. When you take critical damage, your weapon damage is increased by 29 for 6 seconds. This effect can stack up to 20 times. I gotta test this. Does it... Okay, so is it a 29-second buff that activates, and then after 6 seconds that buff is gone, but it can keep going up within the 6 seconds? Or does it keep increasing? If you get critical hit within the 6 seconds, does it keep increasing and keep increasing and keep increasing? Or does the 29-second wear off once the critical hit is done? Because let's be real here. If the 29-second wears off, I mean, if the 29 weapon damage wears off after 6 seconds, and there's just a bunch of individual buffs that get added to you, it's not that great of a set, because Heavy Hunting's Rage gives you a guaranteed 300 weapon damage at all times, right? I know that the other bonuses are a little different, but this one also gives you weapon damage and max stamina instead of critical, and max health instead of critical. So But I wonder if it's gonna keep going up within the 6 seconds. Like, can you keep this buff on you at all times? Is what I'm trying to say, or does it refresh? Or do you lose 29 at 29 every 6 seconds? So I really gotta test this setup. If it refreshes the duration, this is an amazing set. This is intense, man. But if it doesn't reset, it's a decent set, but I wouldn't call it amazing. I would say it's decent. But if it refreshes, which we will test, that's, you know, that's pretty intense, man. I think it should refresh, in my opinion. I wouldn't think it would be overpowered if it refreshed. Also, if you notice, none of these sets, Alliance War sets, have helms or shoulders. So you are kind of limited as far as like customization of your own character. They don't have helms or shoulders. They're strict 5-piece. No jewelry, no helms or shoulders. Do we have new consumables? No, these are the Crown Store consumables. Never mind. Let's go back. Okay, so we have some new crafted sets, alright? Clever Alchemist. This can be crafted in light, medium, or heavy. So these are all crafted sets. Any traits, any style. Double max health. Spell damage and weapon damage. When you drink a potion, you feel a rush of energy, gaining 638 weapon and spell damage for 15 seconds. So that's interesting. Now I'm curious, like, will people start running like reduced duration of potion? Because think about it this way, you can drink a potion every 45 seconds by default. So 1/3 of your PvP time you'll have this bonus up. But you can also use this as a ganking set if you choose to do so, because you could just drink a potion and boost your weapon spell damage really high and then gank someone. But that's a lot of weapon damage, and it's in purple quality, so it could be higher with the bonuses and everything. So Argonians, man, someone make a potion build, bro. Argonians need to step up and make a potion build. Now this is crafted, so you can put this on all your armor pieces and your jewelry. I mean, not jewelry, and your weapons. So it's pretty customizable. It's pretty customizable. That's interesting. You can time your potions with some bursts. Now, the downside to this set is the double weapon the double health bonus off the bat, you know? You get maximum health and maximum health. That kind of minimizes your potential to min-max your max stamina or magicka. But at least that 4th piece gives you spell damage and weapon damage, so you can go both ways. But then that 5th piece gives you a huge boost to your damage. Like, the potential max spell damage and weapon damage is going to be very high if you mix this with, like, Malakina, you know? And what people can start doing is start playing, like, a little bit of an offense-defense shift. Like, they're on the defensive, and then they drink a potion, they go on the offensive for 15 seconds, and they go back on the defensive. Like, you can... This is an interesting set. This is a crafted set, guys. This is a crafted set. Everyone with 9 traits, I believe, will be able to make this set. I don't know if it's 9 or 8 traits, but it's a crafted set. Eternal Hunt. That was the first crafted set we looked at. There's 5 other ones. Eternal Hunt. Maximum stamina, double stamina recovery. I like that so far. When you roll dodge, you leave behind a ruin that detonates when enemies come close, dealing 7k magic damage and immobilizing them for 1.5 seconds. So that's cool, but why magic damage? Why not physical damage? Because this is This is a crafted set, but it's crafted and it's pretty much medium armor focused, and it's for a rune. But why is it magic damage? That's mobilizing them for 1.5 seconds. That's kind of meh, because the way I think about it is that when you're running away from someone, when you're dodge rolling away from someone, you're usually not on the offensive. So yeah, this could give you potential to turn the fight around, but keep in mind that 7k will probably get cut in half. And I know, maybe if you're geared, that 7k is a little bigger, but I'm not too sure about that. I can put this on really quickly to see how this thing looks. As far as the... That's not too bad, I guess. Because if you're running away from someone and you cast it, and if they run into it, they take damage and they get immobilized for 1.5 seconds. And I think they can stack. Yeah, they can stack. You can put down multiple. Yeah, that's not, it's pretty cool. You can find a place for this. I wish that they changed the magic damage to physical, obviously, because you have stamina recovery and max stamina, and it's basically around stamina builds, and it's even crafted in medium. So they should definitely try to just go ahead and make that physical damage instead of magical, and it will stop people from gap closing you while you're dodge rolling. Crafted. His spark. Did they change his spark? Is that why they're putting it here? Grants major evasion while blocking, increasing dodge chance by 20%. I think it used to be like a separate. I actually don't know what they did here. Tell me in the chat what they changed. Well, I don't think it's changed. I think they just put it in here so you can use it. Hunting's Rage. Yeah, I don't think they changed anything. It's just Law of Julianos. Same old stuff. Tava's Favor. This is new. Maximum health, stamina recovery, magical recovery. When you dodge an attack, you receive a Blessing of Tava and gain 9 ultimate over 3 seconds. No cooldown? No cooldown? This is a craftable ability. 9 ultimate over 3 seconds. Does it stack, and is there a cooldown? I gotta test this, man. I gotta test this. We're also gonna go look at the Undaunted Shoulders, guys. Maelstrom. Non-crafted. Here are the non-crafted sets. Baraha's Curse. So all these non-crafted sets are going to be found either from the Agility Dailies / quests or the new trial. Bahara's Curse. Maximum health. Maximum magicka. Take 40% less damage from traps. That's strange. And maximum stamina as a 4-piece, so you don't really... your damage abilities have a 25% chance to create desecrated ground for 5 seconds, snaring enemies within by 70%, damaging them for 830 magic damage every 1 second. That's nice. Next. It's not really nice, I don't really care for that. Max health, healing taken. Increase max health for a group up to 12 members by 1k. So a group buff of 1k health. Bind on pickup. You know what, dude? If all these non-crafted sets are not that great, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that. Hurricanes. 4% healing, maximum stamina recovery. Increased stamina recovery for up to 12 group members by 10%. Alright, cool. Lunar Bastion. 4% healing, grants minor Aegis, causing you to take 5% less damage from boss monsters. Maximum health. When you use a synergy, you create a Lunar Blessing for 10 seconds that grants a 2.3k damage shield to nearby allies every 2 seconds. Okay, cool. Moon Dancer. Maximum Magicka. Grants Minor Slayer, causing your attacks to do 5% more damage to boss monsters. So it says boss monsters, but do I count as a boss? Or no, I'm kidding. 124 spell damage. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. Relax. Take it easy. Take it easy. Don't kill me. When you activate a synergy, gain either a Shadow Blessing that increases spell damage by 432, or a Lunar Blessing that increases magic recovery by 42. Each lasts for 30 seconds, and you can only have one blessing at a time. Okay, this one's actually not that bad. This was actually not that bad. Because it gives max magicka as a first bonus. The 3-piece is wasted in PvP. Because, I mean, boss monsters. And then spell damage is not that bad. But activating a synergy gives you either 432 spell damage or recovery. And that lasts for 30 seconds. But I think there are other sets that compete with the 5-piece a little better, and they have a better 3-piece. So I don't think this would be. I don't think this will find play in PvP. You know. Roar of Alkosh. Weapon critical, 5% more damage against boss monsters. Weapon damage. Activating a synergy sends a shockwave from your poison position that deals 1660 physical damage. Enemies hit with their physical spell. This is reduced by 2000. Alright, whatever. Sivara skills. Maximum health. Maximum stamina. 20% less damage from guards. Oh, this is like a Thieves Guild set. The 933 maximum magicka. 5% chance when dealing damage to cause a burst of Llama poison, dealing 933 poison damage. Enemies hit by the burst also take 5.5k. Alright, that's PvE. That was the one I just looked at, right? Worm's Raiment. Oh, this is old. This has already been in the game. Twilight Ermity, I think this has also been in. No, it hasn't. 124 magic recovery. Grants minor Aegis, causing you to take 5% less damage from boss monsters. When you activate other players' synergies, when other players activate your synergies, they heal themselves for 18k over 10 seconds, and gain minor force, increasing their critical damage by 12%. Now, this is the only one that I've seen so far from the group bonuses that could be very deadly in a PvP environment. Someone would have to be running this, and if they all activate their synergy, they'll get a decent boost. But I don't really think it'll find too much play in PvP. Definitely in PvE, but I don't know about PvP. It could have its place though. Guys, before we go into looking at the so that's it for the armor sets, but I want to go, obviously is a continuation of the armor sets. I want to go into Hadris, and you can now unassign campaigns, I believe, but I'm not 100% certain about that. I'm gonna go to Hadris. I'm gonna go look at the Undaunted sets that are being sold, and basically all the sets that are being sold from the new merchant. And I want to see what sets have been updated to V16 and what sets have stayed at V14 and all that stuff from the Cyrodiil merchant. They said that we can find the. Can we find the guy at the Western? I believe it was the Western. Race changes are not implemented.
You look lost. Probably need some training.
How's the new? We're also gonna look at the new scrolling combat text, but I have to turn it on in the settings. Let me quickly turn off my FTC. And let me turn on scrolling combat test really quick. Well, I'll turn it on after I find the guy. Does anyone know exactly where he is? It's not these players. Oh, I see him down there. I see him down there. Let's showcase the camel mount. What the hell? Why is it like spitting out barf, dude? That's nasty. Ew. I've never seen a camel jump like this. Damn, she is like completely naked.
In all of your time adventuring, what is the size of your hoard? Unburden and unpack. Give me your money.
That sounds pretty seductive, man. $200,000 alliance points for the shoulder or 100k gold. Do helmets get sold? I don't know. I don't know because they said it's going to be a different thing every time. If they don't sell helmets, that kind of defeats the purpose because you still have to go and grind the dungeons for the helmet, but I'm not 100% sure. This is pretty cheap, and I'm glad that it's cheap. But they're also selling Vicious Death, like... So Vicious Death... Hold up. So Vicious Death has jewelry attached to it. Guys, we looked at this. AVA, Vicious Death. They didn't have the jewelry in this slot, right? We said, oh, there's no jewelry. But there is jewelry for Vicious Death. At least for a fact, we know that there is a necklace, which really opens up the... It opens up the set, because now if there's actual jewelry attached with it, then Vicious Death is nice. And some of the other sets as well. I believe the helmet and other items drop on separate days. So I don't know if they are going to be dropping helmets.